Hi everybody, I hope that you're all doing well. Before we get into the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. It looks like somebody that you're connected with, somebody that you have a relationship of the sort with. You feel disappointed or let down about something. Yeah, maybe just thinking things would go one way, they went a different way, and it seems like this is something to look into more deeply. This is somebody that you're committed to, is what I'm getting. Committed is coming through. Hi, O. O is staring at me. O is my cat for anybody new. Oh. Okay, so we're starting off with a wish fulfillment. This speaks about something that you want, something that you're hoping for. Something that you're hoping for. And then I'm seeing this may have been a hope associated actually with another person. Like, I hope you do this. I hope you, yeah, something like that, where there has been a desire connected with another person. Connected with another person and what they're doing. All right, first major arcana out. Looking at Aquarius. Remember, we all have Aquarius in our birth charts. We all have a Uranus. We all have an 11th house. Learning about what you want, learning more about your desires. For some of you, you may have an Aquarius that you are connecting with. The way that this is posed is interesting. I want to get some more cards and see what's going on. Ooh, I'm hearing soul contract. Soul contract with the Six of Cups. This can be somebody that you've known from a past life. This can be somebody from the past for you within this lifetime even. It's not a stranger. This is somebody that you know to some degree. I will say this too, because I'm getting like another channel of energy. For some of you, you are connecting back with, like, even from a long time ago, the things that have driven you and the things that you've been interested in. Like, when it comes to you not being connected with anybody else's opinion, right? It's like the things that you have like a natural like inclination towards, the things that you have a proclivity for, the things that you feel attracted to. You may be like learning more about that, like through the things that pull you, through the things that you enjoy, through the things that like you think about. Say you're just like daydreaming about things. It's like the stuff that you would put up on a vision board, the things that come to mind that you feel speak to you. And you may be associating this with like dreams or even visions that you're having, learning from these things and trying to figure out like what you're meant to be doing with those things throughout this lifetime. Like, what does that mean as far as your purpose? So yeah, seeing a couple different energies coming through for this. Levels. Okay, so we have Aquarius, we have Scorpio, we have Venus. You're watching something or someone or you yourself are experiencing this, going through some transition or some change. One where as you progress through this, there's more of a sense of feeling connected, feeling in touch. You may feel more inspired, more creative, more productive. I'm seeing you working on something here. Something that feels right for you to be spending your time doing. But there may have needed to be like a process that you went through in order to come out into this space. Because I'm seeing you work on things that feel empowering to you, which can mean like actual projects that you're working on. It can mean like self-work that you're doing, action that you're taking, even how you're viewing things. I'm seeing you equally like working hard and focusing and being consistent with what you're doing, and also like resting too. There's something also about like not keeping track so much of your progress. Like you may have been um like really watching the process of something happening, and this may be something that you're kind of like taking a step back with. Relaxing into whatever process this is that you're moving through. As I said before, I'm seeing there be this balance that you may not have been experiencing before, where there's a focus on you like putting in work and focusing on the things that you're focusing on, the things that you want to be focusing on, and also taking a break from like even comparing. You may also be taking a break from like watching other people or connecting with other people and what they're doing and focusing more on what you're doing. Because you feel like, and you may be talking to other people less as well. There's like less of a focus on things going on outside and more of a focus on what's going on within. And you feel like this is getting connected. This is connecting you with like your purpose in a larger sense. Even understanding how the past has added up to where you are now and what that means for you as far as where you're going. So I'm seeing more of a sense of steadiness, even. What had been important to you maybe shifting around and changing a bit too. So this is kind of a new venture that you've been on. It seems like it's connected with a new chapter that hasn't been the easiest one to maneuver through. Only because of tendencies that may hold you back, you find. I'm seeing an energy that could have been distracting you before from what it was that you were doing. Like you may have been preoccupied by something that, I'm using the word superficial because it's coming through, but I'm using it lightly. I don't know what this was, but it seems like there could have been something surface level that you were focusing on that wasn't the point of what it was that you were doing. And you could have also recognized that too. Like, I'm so focused on this thing and I'm giving so much energy or time to this, whatever it is, whatever resource this was. And then I'm seeing you be like, wait, that's not even the point at all. So I'm seeing something that you see, something that you're correcting. And what it looks like to me is that you found yourself in a new space where, like, something shiny may have caught your eye, or, like, I'm seeing this be a subconscious thing where something you were, like, your energy was attracted to something and so it was going there, and then you recognize, like, hey, that's not the point of what I'm doing, or like my focus would be better used elsewhere, to channel it elsewhere. So I'm seeing you kind of catch yourself within something and recognize, like, hey, that's not the point of it. Or like, I'm looking at it in a way that's like at such a like bottom level, and there's such a like higher perspective that I could be seeing things through. And you may have, like, when this happened to you, and I'm seeing something about attraction here. There's something that you were attracted to, and it seemed like it was not allowing you to see what was below, what was underneath, what was behind, what was above. And for a moment, you may have, I'm seeing you could have seen this came from like a shadow or a subconscious space for you, and then felt disappointed either because of the expectations you had, or maybe even in yourself, like, how did I not see through that, or how did I not see past that? But I'm seeing you be in a space where this is being rectified. You are rectifying this. It seems too that like patience with the circumstances needed as well will be helpful. I'm seeing an electric blue color here. Yes. Moving with this with as much grace as possible, not getting down on yourself or not getting like critical of yourself, things like that. It helps you see the bigger picture. It helps you gain the clarity that you need. Helps you to understand things. The more grounded you are, the more centered you are, the more clearly you're going to be seeing things. Seems like this could be informing you about a particular relationship that you have and a plan that is being made, or a relationship that's been developing. There could also be a Gemini that's reaching out to you. I'm looking at Aquarius, Scorpio, Gemini, Sagittarius. There's some sort of plan connecting with like you and either something or someone else, and you may feel conflicted about what to do, about maybe even what the right thing is to do within a situation. But I'm seeing like behind it, you actually know what needs to be done, or you have the perspective that is needed. It just may be something that could possibly be difficult to recognize consciously anyway. Because I'm getting a sense of you already knowing this, whatever this is. So we start off connecting with something that you want. There's a focus here on desire. Something that you wish for, something that you maybe thought you wanted to obtain, something that you wanted to go after, something that you saw and you were like, I want that thing in some way. And I'm seeing you working on this. And I'm seeing you simultaneously working on feeling possibly disappointed by the way that a situation unfolded. And now there's a sense of, like, rather than sitting in that disappointment and just being, like, all consumed by it, there's a sense of actually learning from this. Rather than pushing it away or pushing it down, bypassing it, I'm seeing you learn from this. And I'm also seeing you learn from it and then also stop working. I'm seeing you put a pause on what it was that you were doing, and this may be the time that you're taking to reevaluate, because I'm seeing you in a space where you're like reminding yourself of even like the original purpose of what this was that you were doing, because you could have gotten sidetracked by something, by like a desire or a wish, something like that, that kind of like took you off the path. So I'm seeing you again rectifying this situation. I'm seeing you make progress connecting back with like your purpose or your vision or like the point of all of it. And now there's something that you go back into. It seems like the progress is also helping you with some cycle connected with the past that you may have found yourself in once again. But I'm seeing it change. This may be like shadow tactics related to like couples and partnerships and things like that, is what I'm seeing here. For example, you could have had a goal to achieve something, and you were preoccupied by something shiny that you found upon the path, and thinking that, oh, this is going to lead to that and this thing over here, and then you recognize like this is actually like not a part of the main thing of what I'm doing. So something now changes because you have insight, and this could have been like a repeated pattern that kept happening, and a situation that it's like over and over you kept finding yourself within this space. But now through this change, through this development, through this growing, through this understanding, through this knowledge, it allows you to see how you may have been, you or the person that you were dealing with may have been sabotaging a dynamic, a partnership of some sort, or an attraction that you were experiencing or that another person was experiencing. And one understands now this sense of like, one has developed even in a more empowered energy where there's like more of a sense of like genuine and true confidence, and confidence not just in self but also the plan that is unfolding and what one is participating in. To go over the signs again, I'm looking at Aquarius, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Gemini, Uranus, Venus. So yeah, getting back on track. You are getting back on track. Yeah, there could have been something that was out of whack with what was going on emotionally. To have the Queen of Cups here and also the Devil, there could have been something that was not being moderated emotionally. You could have been feeling something and been like even very attached to what it was that you were feeling, to the point where you were like losing sight or losing focus of balance, overall balance, and maybe even what was right to do within a situation, or not being able to see something clearly because like your judgment could have been clouded. To have the Queen of Cups and also the Devil, like there could have been something that like because of the strong emotional pull that you felt towards it, it could have like really dragged you in a particular direction just because of how strongly you were feeling something, and because it wasn't being managed in like a grounded or a centered way, it could have really thrown you off course. At least that would have been the feeling. Where you even could have felt like you were doing something, and then it's like later on, like once that is broken, once that is like disconnected, you could have been like, I feel like that wasn't really in my character to be doing that. Just because of the strong influence that something had on you, the way that you were feeling. So now it allows you to call judgment on this part of you that feels connected with your impulses, your drive, your desires. And why you were leading with that too. It felt like something subconsciously that was going on that you felt like you didn't have access to. So this could have been something that you felt like, you know what, it's just beyond my control. But I'm seeing it be in a space where you may not have been conscious of something that was going on. Like there may have been a lack of awareness of like more deeply what the underlying pattern or cycle was, but I'm seeing it was something that felt stressful to you because there's this sense of like wanting to know it, wanting to understand it, wanting to be able to see it in a deeper sense, and then recognize, wanting to understand it more, wanting to have like more control over it rather than feeling like this thing was controlling you, because there's something about like feeling so stressed out about how much you felt like this thing was making moves for you. And feeling like it was putting you in situations that were not balanced. Going after things and feeling like you didn't get what you were looking for from it, or that it was very short-lived when you did. So it's like going after, feeling like you want to go after something, and then without thinking about it, like moving towards it, and then feeling like that satisfaction is felt in a sense like as there's like a moment potentially of instant gratification, and then it dissipates immediately. It's like it arrives and it goes away just as quickly as those feelings arose within you and you went towards that thing. And kind of leaving you feeling empty after too, can be. This could have also come from a place, been coming from a place of, like, I'm getting with the Queen of Pentacles or the Queen of Cups and the Five of Pentacles, even emotional desperation of, like, feeling like you are lacking something emotionally, or, like, you're in a situation where you have these very particular emotional needs or desires to connect, and feeling like you don't have access to those things. But it seems like it was connected with the way that you had been going about something, or the way that you had been allowing somebody else to be interacting with you. Because for some of you, like, the Knight of Wands is just another aspect of you. For others of you, the Knight of Wands is somebody that was coming through that, like, maybe for a moment you had what you wanted with this person, and then they would leave you in a space where you're like, I feel like you gave me what I wanted and then took it away. And, like, why does this keep happening also? Because rather than you being with someone or connecting with somebody that is like on the same like frequency with you, there was this sense of going after like even unavailable energies that would be available for a moment but then would pull away. And this could have been something that was repeatedly happening, is what I'm hearing. And this could have also happened too because like wanting to speed through things emotionally, and like have even forced intimacy at times with people where it's like confusing attraction for intimacy, and all of these things that were kind of became convoluted in some way. And then again, this notion of feeling like you get what you want and then feeling like it's taken away from you. So it's like rebounding off of these senses of like intensely having what you want and then intensely feeling the opposite of that, and needing to work through subconsciously what's going on, because you feel like it's really hard to maintain this sense of like having that thing that you want, always feeling like it's either like perfect or the complete opposite of that. It seems like this was it was really hard to find and maintain, more than anything, this sense of balance, that there was like mutual reception even. And so a decision needs to be made, or needed to be made, just based off of that. Like, why should it be so difficult? Why should it be so hard to maintain this sense of mutual reception? It seems like it's also connected with like whether or not you want to reconnect with a person, because there may be an opportunity to do that. If you were feeling completely satisfied as the Queen of Cups, meaning like emotionally you feel like completely satisfied, right? Or that you're not really like wanting, that you don't need anything, that you have the things that you want because you're meeting your needs, all of that emotionally for you. If you were in that space, there's something that it doesn't look like you would be entertaining, but because you may feel like you're in a space of lack when it comes to something emotionally that you feel you need, like a connection or just something emotionally, energetically that you feel like you need, it may influence you to make a decision that if you felt like you were already in a space of like having what you needed, or a space of abundance, all of that, you may have made a different choice. But I'm seeing this like grants you the opportunity to kind of go into your more subconscious energy and understand what is going on as far as like a connection and love and emotions and what it is that you're looking for. And it even seems like it's allowing you to unearth something about the connection that you have with yourself, or the lack that you're feeling when it comes to the connection you have with yourself. Because I'm also seeing you recognize that, like, hey, every time I get together with this person again, every time I reconnect with them, I feel like I'm looking for something from them that feels very short-lived, and then it always goes away. And I don't feel like they treat me how I want to be treated either. But you have the opportunity to connect with them again, is what I'm seeing. However, is this something that you would be entertaining if you felt like you were satisfying this connection within yourself? Because this is coming from you feeling disconnected with yourself and thinking that, like, just because this other person is a vehicle for me to feel connected, they're the only way that I can feel this connection, when really this is a calling for you to connect with yourself, which you know. I'm looking at the High Priestess here, which you are gaining insight into. Message from the High Priestess about what had been confusing you emotionally, bringing a sense of confusion, and understanding too karmically why you kept finding yourself within like this loop, within this cycle too. Seeing the big picture. I'm looking at Pluto and Pisces. Yeah, I'm getting this again. There had been something that you were entertaining before, and like looking for like this thing or this person or this connection outside of yourself, when really it was something that needed to be developed internally. But it may have been like really deep down in there, because I'm not seeing this be something you were consciously doing. It was something that was going on subconsciously. All right, my friends, we're going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.